Stop caring what people say. I'll do that again for dramatic effect. Stop being bothered by what people do. Should I do it again? I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like something's missing here. It's not as dramatic as I need it to be. Okay, I'll do it one more time, guys. Okay. I'm gonna get it this time. Stop being bothered. That was a lot of neck movement, but it doesn't seem like we're going to get it, so. How to be unbothered. You must know that you will die. Everybody is going to die. This video is basically how do you live your life unbothered? How do you live your life unbothered? Good question. Thanks for asking me, because you know when you click on this video, there is a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom that I really just give to you guys. And I've got my wisdom book here because this book, let me show you. This book is packed full of just gems, wisdom, knowledge that will change and transform your life. So let's begin. How do you live a life that is just truly unbothered? I don't know why I did this, but I feel like that is my explanation of just like a free life. Because the moment you live a life that what people say or people do doesn't bother you anymore, it is very free. It is very freeing. So let's begin. The day I realized that I want to live my true authentic self, today I decided that my true self and my authentic self is what I want to live. I no longer want to be in a box. I no longer want to fit a standard. I no longer want to meet someone's expectation. I no longer want to define myself by someone else's standard or expectation, like I just said. That is the day that my life became freer. I still go through issues. I still have a lot of issues I'm dealing with. If you can tell, this channel is basically a journal about my traumas and just my life and how difficult it could be sometimes. But ultimately, I am living a more free life because I am staying true to myself. I am being authentic to who I am. And I think that is the starting point for living a really unbothered life, where people no longer bother you, and whatever chaos life is around, whatever chaos, because we live in a life of chaos, whatever chaos is here, you are tunnel vision and you're focused and you're not distracted and you're not bothered and you're happier, freer, just a better human being in general. So that is the number one thing. And that is hard. That is a journey. That doesn't happen in one day. That is being intentional about finding who you are, because honestly, it really does change the game. Another one is you will die. And this actually may be my favorite one. You will die is very brutal. Like, you will die. Death will come to you and no one can escape it. Jesus died, you will die, everyone dies. And I think for me, it's realizing that I will die. Everyone that I know will die. My family will die. My friends will die. People that I think that their opinion matters about my life will die. At some point in history, no one's going to remember you at all. No one is, even your legacy, even the most people that leave the most legacy, yes, they may remember them once in a while, but ultimately, no one is really thinking about them every day. No one is going to think about it. At some point, your legacy will be wiped away. No one is going to remember that you exist. You're not going to be in history. I mean, you may make it to history. You have to be really exceptional, but most people are not exceptional. That's the brutal truth. Even the most exceptional people, at some point, people are going to forget about you. You will no longer be on people's minds. So, in knowing this, in knowing that you are going to die and everyone you know will die and eventually forget about you, why are you not living your life? I'm sorry, but that for me is the biggest freeing thing for me. It's like, okay, so I'm gonna die one day and I don't care. I'm gonna die. It may be tomorrow, it may be in 10 years, maybe in 20, 50, 60. I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but I know eventually death will come upon me and come upon everyone else that I think has an opinion, or I should please everyone that I think I should. The expectation, everyone that I'm living to please would eventually die. So I think that is so freeing for me in a way that I'm like, okay, because death is going to happen to everyone, I'm going to live right now for me. For me and for me and for me, because eventually people, it's no longer going to matter. And that is why it's so important for me to live today for myself. The next way to live an unbothered life is to, I don't know what this is, but it's doing something. The next way to live an unbothered life is, everyone has a spotlight effect. So what the spotlight effect is basically, you think, so let's say you're walking down the road and there are like cars next to you, you think everyone is staring at you. Or like you've gone grocery shopping and you think like people are staring at you. Like you just think like you are the center of people's attention. Let me break it down to you. Let me surprise you. Everyone else is thinking that. Everyone else has the spotlight effect. Everyone is thinking about themselves 99.9% of the time. Everyone thinks someone is looking at them, someone is staring at them. They are the center of someone's attention, of people's attention. You are not. You're not. I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but you're not. People are thinking about themselves. Everyone is focused on, ooh, it's me. I'm the one that has the spotlight. I'm the one people are staring at. So because now you know no one gives a damn. Sorry guys for my French. Now you know that no one is actually looking at you and no one is really caring about what you do, because people are thinking about themselves. That is just how human beings are wired. We think about ourselves 99.9% of the time. We have the spotlight effect. So if you think, oh, I did something embarrassing and people are just going to focus on it and remember it forever, they're not. If you think, oh, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to post that, I'm not going to say that because people are just going to, they're not. No one cares. Do whatever you want. Live your life like no one's watching. Live your life like no one's watching, because no one is. No one actually is. Not in a negative way. No one is. You're not the center of people's life the way you think you are. And I think that is so good. That is, look at me spitting gems. You're not the center of everyone's life the way you think you are. So realize that and let it empower you to be as true to yourself as you can. Not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone is going to like you. Stop trying to convince people to like you. What is that about? You tell me now. What is that about? Why do you try to convince people that don't like you to like you? I don't understand. This is the logic. Listen to me. Pay attention. Look into my eyes right now. There are people that are going to naturally like you. They're just going to like your vibe. They're just going to like who you are. Done. And there are going to be people that just naturally don't like you. There's something about you they don't like. They just don't like you. It's not personal. It's just the way the universe works. They can't be like without hate. They can't be hate without like. It's just, they just coexist. Does that make sense? Okay. Stop trying to convince the people that hate you. Do you see this hand? Focus on it. Stop trying to convince people that hate you to come here. It's okay. They can stay here. Stop trying to convince them. Focus on people that are here. Focus on people that like you. They naturally would just like your energy. They naturally would just gravitate towards you. They naturally would appreciate you. Stop trying to convince people. Stop being bothered about people in this group. It's just a natural thing. I am very focused on hand movements. I feel like a lot of hand movements is happening here. Stop focusing on this group of people. Focus on building better relationship with these people. Focus on finding people on this side, people that would naturally like you. Why are you trying to convince people to like you? It's so much energy. You care too much about trying to please these guys when there are so many people that fit on this other side. People that would naturally just like who you are, but you're taking all that energy and focusing it on this side. Stop doing that. If someone, the most thing you should be grateful for is someone that actually shows you they don't like you. you should be absolutely grateful for that, because at least they told you. I appreciate that. At least you know they don't like you. So you can stop focusing that energy on trying to make friends with them or be friends with them. And you can just be like, okay, thanks, I appreciate it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna focus my energy on people that would naturally gravitate towards me, naturally like me. Does that make sense? And I know there are a lot of traumas that is kind of attached where people have grown up in a certain way where they're people pleasing. They really want everyone to like them, and they want to convince people that they're this. And stop doing that. It's going to be hard for some people than others, but honestly, be intentional about thinking that it is actually just a natural concept. It is not you. You are not the problem. It is a natural concept where some people will like you, this group, and some people won't. In order to find people that do like you, again, it comes down to being authentic to yourself. Because if you pretend to be someone else or try to fit into a box of where you should be, you're going to attract people that think you are a certain type of person. But it's really not you they like. It's really not who you are they are attracted to or they want to be with. It's the false person that you've put out there. Okay? So in order to actually find the people that will naturally appreciate who you are and actually like you and be your friends and want to like vibe with you, you have to, again, we're going back to being authentic to yourself. You have to be authentic to yourself. And in order to do that, you have to do things that you actually like. You have to do things that are true to you. If the reason why you're not doing something is because what other people are going to say or what other people think, what are you doing? What are you doing? How is that living your own life? You're not living your own life. You're living to please other people. So in order to find people that would actually like you for who you are, start doing what you want to do. Start that hobby, travel, start that business, start posting on Instagram. Get off Instagram if that's what you want. Get off social media. Be on social media. Say what you want. Be free and be your true self. When you begin to be your true self and be your authentic self, so let's use social media as a context for this. People that like you will follow you. People that don't like you will unfollow you. That way you're now creating your own little community of people that actually vibe with you. Okay? It doesn't have to be in a social media context, but it can be in any context. Just be as true to yourself as possible, and you automatically create a community of people that actually want to be around you and actually vibe with you. And another thing you should know is people project. So it goes down to also people not liking you. For example, if someone doesn't like you, it is not a you problem. It is not your job to convince them. It is a them problem. And the reason why it's a them problem is because people project. People project their insecurities on you. People project their fears on you. People project their whatever it is. They project everything on you. So, and I do it, you do it, we all do it. It's just the way human beings are. We project onto other people. We project our experiences onto people. We just do it. And so if someone doesn't like you, it's not your job to try to fix that. If someone shares their opinion with you, or maybe you have a conversation with someone and they share their opinion like, oh, you're not going to do that great, or you're not going to do that well, or you're just not going to be good at this, or I don't think you're going to succeed, or I just think you're going to be shit at this. That is not you. That is not a you problem. That is their problem. They are projecting their fears on. They are not able to do that thing, so they project that onto you. So stop trying to convince people that you're good at something, or you're a good person, or whatever it is you try to convince people that you are, or trying to explain yourself to people. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You're too bothered by what this person is saying. It is not your problem. So pick and choose what you want from people, but ultimately just be true to who you are, guys, and your life will be so much freer. It's not to say you're not going to be bothered sometimes. Yes, you are, because I stay being bothered sometimes. But I think for me, I've just reached a place where my true self is my biggest. Living my truth, oh God, is my biggest goal. It's honestly my biggest goal in life. So that is how those are things I remind myself about to remain unbothered in this life that is so chaotic. And hopefully you can remember these lessons when you are stressing over someone else's problems.